Alright, so this video I am going to be going over early game temple strategies. These are used to boost up your gold and experience early game to get a lead on everyone. The uh, hmm, first thing you want to do is find two temples that are close to each other. So let's say I spawned here. These two temples are close to each other. It's a striker and a speed temple. I would I personally went after trying to find striker, speed, or guardian temples because those are the most desirable temples, so you have more activity around them. Um, when you are trying to move closer to one so that your attacks go lower amount of time, you want to find a lower city to change your main to. Now here you can see there are no lower cities, so this would not be a smart choice. You scroll out, you can find two temples that are closer to each other again. These two work all right. And you can see there are like level 1 cities, level 7 city that are nearby it. And so you can take these level 1 or level 7 cities, move your main to it. To move your main, you simply tap on the city after you've taken it, press info, then up here, then there should be a button that says you can move your main to it, and it'll cost you 200 gems, but it is worth it. So after you move your main, then you can start attacking this temple. Now, if you are someone that has lower stats, let's say your base striker is like 50%, then you really only want to suicide into the temple up to level 50 or 55, because past that, your troop loss to gain ratio, and by gain, you're gaining experience and gold, is too high, and so you'll lose out too much. Now, if you have higher stats, then let's say your base is closer to 100, your base striker is closer to 100, you have full brave and fearless, or almost full brave and fearless, then you can suicide up to level like 60 or 65 and still be all right. Now, if you do have higher stats, then after you attack the guy up to maybe level 50, because he has enough troops where he can defend you off probably past level 60, 65, even with higher stats. Once you get to like level 50, 55, you'll have maybe 10 million troops, and you can start hunting around for people that have lower troop counts inside of temples, and that way you'll gain more gold and experience, instead of just giving all this guy golden experience. You want to make sure all the temples that you are attacking are at 200% experience, and doing that, it should show up as dark red, but just because it shows up as dark red doesn't mean it's 200%. It could also be 150%. Basically, if the guy is double your KP, and you can do that by just pressing on any of his cities, press info, next to his name there, it shows his, next to his name there, it shows his KP, that little crown, 230. So to get this guy to be 100% experience, basically, you just have to be at 115 KP or lower. So you attack into him, gain golden experience. Once you do that, then you can find an area that is convenient to defend. Now, personally, I found this area over here. It had this small group around here. These groups of cities were guarded by this guy, and I believe he was the lowest KP at that time. So I took his cities first. Then I took this guy's cities here, and these were all higher level, slightly, like 30s and 40s. So I took his cities, and then down here, this guy had more cities. But in order to take this guy, I had to send a mass attack. So I split up my troops and I took cities 10 attacks at a time. If you don't do that, then he'll become pink too soon, and you won't be able to take all the cities. So, so after I got over here, not over here, but in my general area, attacked cities or the temples for gold and experience. After I reached the level that I desired, I then found an area that I wanted to claim as my own. I took it starting with the lowest KP guy and then sending a mass attack. And you may need to do this with everyone that you're attacking, but you want to start with the lowest KP guy, mass attack to make sure you take everything from him, work your way through the area that you want. Then you can plant your main in a defensive area here, upgrade the cities with the gold that you earned from attacking the temple. And this may be to like level 50 cities. I've been chilling here for a while, so I'm at slightly higher level cities. And then you can work from there. I personally, there's not many people around me that I can attack anymore. So personally, and everyone's strategy are different. Personally, after I've claimed this area, I am sitting in this temple with a little bit of my troops, and then I have some troops back in my main to defend any attacks that people try to send here if I'm not able to get back there in time with my troops that are in the temple. And I am just chilling in reproduction. Not full reproduction, but um, just waiting for people to attack me pretty much. So it's a pretty easy strategy to maintain with minimal time online. Now I will say that when you move your main to nearby, then as you're leveling up, the points that you put into your skills, so when you go to like your skill bar here, the points that you put into skills, you want to focus on striker, um, because there's troops that are inside the temple that you need to take out, so higher striker, get more experience and gold for the troops that you lose. So if you don't have full striker, of course, you put 5 points into striker and then max out your, or if you don't have full fearless, you put 5 points into striker, then max out your fearless. Um, a person that has all their points in striker that's holding a temple, or they simply um, like hurting other people, I don't know, then they might try to snipe you. So it is fairly important to have Weapon Master. Now, Weapon Master, of course, you can go to Shop, Advisors, and Weapon Master is here for 1,000 gems. You can also buy the Advisor pack, which is $8.99 per month. And if you look at the Weapon Master course and you go to buy Sapphires for $8.99, it's 1,000. So $8.99 a month or $8.99 one time. Either way, it costs the same amount technically for the Weapon Master. So I would advise that. It is helpful for sure. So if they are sniping you, which is basically just hitting your troops a second after your, or a few seconds after your attack lands, then I would make sure that your Brave is maxed out as well, because otherwise it will hurt you too much to use this strategy. So Weapon Master is important for sure. Otherwise, I would simply put all your points into Striker and then Fearless if you don't have it maxed. Once you do that and you find your area, assuming that you use the same strategy that I am, then I swapped my points back into Guardian and I'm just chilling here. But if you don't want to use a lot of resets, you can simply switch it into a more hybrid build, maybe get both your Striker and Guardian up to 150%, something like that. I like using my skill points, especially with like a not crazy powerful account. I like using my skill points to keep my Striker and my Guardian the same when I'm playing more aggressively, simply so that it doesn't matter if I hit them or they hit me because my points are the same. That's basically my mindset behind it. Um, I believe that pretty much covers it. So if you have any questions, throw them in the comments and I'll respond to you.